everybody, welcome to Morning Glory Farmstead. My name is Lolly, and this channel is all about gardening, animals, and nature. In just a few minutes, I've got someone who's going to be here looking at the new garden space with me. All right, Rubos, and giving me some estimates on possibly getting some cement laid or something like that here, just so that I have something to roll all my green stalks around and to put my grow bags on. All right, guys, so this went really well. This is Steven. He's the one that's going to be doing some work for me. He did some work for my brother, so I know he's trustworthy, which is super important to me. And we were able to talk about a lot of different ideas that I had and how to work around the septic and the AC unit and just what would be overall the best plan for my green stalks and my grow bags. But before I talk to you about that just a little bit more, let me go ahead and do this animal food haul. All right, today it is time to unload all of the chicken feed that I bought yesterday, plus the sunflower seeds that go to my chickens and my birds that I feed here every day. Unload all the dog food and cat food that came yesterday. Now, the bad thing about this cat food and dog food out here is that it was delivered yesterday evening. I didn't get to it, and my phone didn't show that any rain was coming. And then there was like this torrential downpour. So my kitty litter and all of the boxes got really wet last night. So I'm waiting to see what the ramifications of that are going to be. Hey guys, before I start unloading all of this chicken feed, getting the dog and the cat food situated, I wanted to ask you about something. I'm trying to find out a way to get my chicken feed locally, but to be able to still get organic feed. And I don't know if you guys have this problem, but I can't seem to find any organic feed locally. Do you guys have any suggestions on what I might be able to do about that? So it looks like there was actually some water inside the box. So I think what I'm going to do is let the cat food and dog food sit outside, sunbathe for a few hours today, and then I'll get it all put up. All right, guys, let's talk about this animal food haul for just a second. Now, I get my stuff delivered from Amazon, which I'm going to be honest, I don't love that for many reasons. But because of my health issues, it's very hard for me to get to the store and walk around and lift all these bags and whatever. It's bad enough that I've got to lift them out of the boxes and put them up when I get home. So that's just basically for health reasons. Now, having said that, they have been carrying less and less of what I've used over the years. And every single month, my subscribe and save subscriptions have had to change. They have been out of certain cat foods, certain dog foods, kitty litters, potty pads, whatever it is that I'm using, I keep having to switch. And I'll be honest, with the food, I really don't like to switch it because that can mess with your animals' intestines. You got to do it kind of gradually. So yet again this month, one of my dog foods by Purina was canceled and I'm having to try a different one. So let me take the camera over there and just show you a little bit of what I've got going on. First thing I got is not organic, so not thrilled about that, but it's some non-GMO egg layer mini pellets that I got for my bantam chickens to see if that's a little bit easier for them to eat than the regular size layer pellets. The next thing I got was some organic layer pellets, the same as I always get for my chickens. And by accident, I got this organic egg layer crumble. Not thrilled about that. It's not that they can't eat it. A lot of it is dust and kind of wasteful. It's like so small, and I feel like it makes a mess when I throw it out to them. So I feel like it's not as much bang for your buck right there, but they'll eat it. Next are the sunflower hearts. I like these because there's no shell. I know that some people do feed them the shell, but this is easier for them to digest. And when I grow my own sunflowers, I do give those to the birds and chickens with the shell, but I really prefer these. But I also give these to the birds that I feed in my bird feeders. And a lot of the birds that come around this time of the year cannot crack the black shell, and so this is the only way they can eat sunflowers. So this is about 140 pounds of kitty litter. I go through a lot of that. I've also got potty pads down here. I have no puppies, but the beagles for some reason still like to go on the potty pads at night. Not only that, you guys, I have cats that use potty pads. They figured out that's what the dogs were doing, and I can always tell when a cat's done it because they kind of ball it up like they're trying to cover it the way they do with their kitty litter, and I've actually seen them using them. So that's kind of a wasted expense, but those get a lot of use, so I've always got to have them. Here are some cans of wet dog and cat food. And these purple bags here and green bags, we've got Blue Wilderness and Blue Freedom. The purple is cat food and the green bags are the dog food. These are the only ones left from the original dog and cat food that I've been feeding my animals for years. Everything else has had to be switched out because they no longer have it on the subscribe and save. And I try to use that because I can get somewhere between 5 and 15% off of what I buy on subscribe and save, which is really helpful when you have as many animals as I do. Honestly, I don't feel like any of the foods on the market actually have much nutritional value to them. I feel like you kind of have to pick the lesser of the evils, but honestly, when you have as many as I do, you just have to do the best that you can. I'd love to feed them all like a raw food diet, but there is no way that I can afford that for all these animals. And this is a bag of kitten food for Oliver. He's the only one that I have that's a kitten. And of course, the rest of them try to steal a few bites because it's just something different. And some of the cats like to try something different, but a lot of them like the same thing. You know, cats are kind of creatures of habit. But anyway, so that's who that is for. But I don't let the adult cats just chow down on it because the makeup of the food is different and it's not as good for the older cats. This one's kind of just to add some bulk, a little bit more food. Because they've stopped carrying so many of the ones that we use, but I don't give them just that food. I add it to some of the other foods. And so these are similar, but they're 5 pounds, not 11 pounds like the other ones, and they're twice as much, and the cats don't like it near as much either. This month, they also stopped carrying one of the dog foods that I've bought for the last several years, and so we're just trying this one. Honestly, like I've said, I don't really trust that there's much value in any of them. This says beef is the first ingredient. Who knows? I'm just going to add it slowly and see if it makes my dog sick or not. Hopefully they don't have any digestion problems. We'll just kind of take it slow and incorporate it. But you know, even dogs like a little variety at times. This one was sent without a box. It just came by itself with a sticker on it, which I thought was a little interesting. All right, so that's it for the food haul this month. It kind of changes each month. I've got a few bags of the green dog food left, so didn't have to get as many this time, but that's kind of what I do every month. Let's go back and talk about the GreenStalk and Grow Bag Patio. All right, guys, this went really well. I just wanted to give you a little information about Steven for those of you who are in North Carolina. His business is called Painted by Steven. He covers the triad from Asheboro up to Martinsville, Virginia, and from Advance over to Burlington. And really, he does painting and carpentry work like trim, built-ins, and deck building. If you guys want more information, you can find him on Facebook. It's facebook.com/painted by Steven. And Steven is Stephen. All right, guys, so I'm really excited. I met with Steven this morning about this area behind me for the GreenStalks and the grow bags, and we've kind of come up with a plan. So I'm going to see if I can kind of explain it to you. Now, this is the plan as long as I can keep it within the budget. Now, I am not extravagant at all. I'm really frugal when it comes to things, and I'm all about practicality, more than the way something looks, and I'm about the functionality of things as well. So instead of doing a deck or something that looks really beautiful but is more pricey and won't last quite as long, I've decided to do a cement slab, because that way I can use all the spinner bases that I have with the wheels. I can move things around easily. It's easy to clean off. All right, Rubus. And it's gonna last a really long time. So my goal for this area was not only to have a place for the green stalks and the grow bags. Okay, Runner. Sorry, you guys. I'm kind of near the chicken area being back here, so they're pretty excited right now. So my goal was to have an area for the green stalks and the grow bags, but I also wanted to have some wooden beams kind of at the corners of the cement area so that I could hang some cables between the beams and kind of do something similar to a shower curtain. That's the only way I know how to explain it. Maybe some kind of rings up there and some fabric that I can just pull across if it gets super hot or that sun is scorching this summer. It's hot today, you guys, and I know in the last half of March we're supposed to have 2 weeks where it's down in the 30s, but today already I was out here in a sweatshirt this morning. It was cold and now it's really hot again. So I know those scorching summer days are coming, and I'm gonna wish that I had some shade over here because I'm in this afternoon sun area. So if I have some kind of fabric going across the front and then across the side, on both sides, I can pull the curtain and protect my plants a little bit from the sun, at least partially. Now the other thing is that over here, this way, is the sunset. And y'all, I don't have anywhere out here that I can just sit and watch the sunset. So what we're gonna do is create the patio area for all of my plants, put some pavers over here, past the patio area, and just kind of level it out so that I can put a chair there and actually watch the sunset. So right here, I want to do some kind of pathway that comes up right here. And the patio part is actually going to come out here past the wall a little bit as far as I can go without running into this. This has to do with the septic tank and sewage and stuff like that. And we're going to go all the way over and then leave a couple feet here next to the septic area and out here, because all of this would have to be dug up if something happens. So we'll come out here and then we'll take it back, but not in the way of where the AC is, okay? So the AC units, those are gonna steer clear of the patio. The patio will go up against the wall, come out. So it's kind of gonna be like a rectangle out here, and then the pavers are gonna go over here towards the dog potty area, which I know is not that glamorous probably to most people to think about putting something there to sit and watch the sunset. But my life is not about glamour, and I overlook all of the daily reality things that I live with in order to enjoy the beauty of nature. It doesn't bother me at all. Now the wooden beams that I want to hang something on would be here at this corner, and then over at that corner, and then at the corner against the back wall. No beams are going to be back there in this corner. We don't need anything back there. So I'll just have 3 beams, and I'll be able to hang some cables or something in between them so that I can hang up some shade. Gosh, I could even use it as a clothesline if I wanted to. And y'all, I love the idea of hanging my clothes outside. So I'm really excited about that as well. Now, the other thing that we're going to try to do is some kind of low fence. So maybe just hooking something between the beams, like cattle panel or some kind of fencing like that, and just make some kind of really easy low maintenance door. I'm not trying to get anything fancy. Again, really this isn't even in the budget, so it definitely has to be something inexpensive. But if I can get some kind of low fencing here to block off this patio area, then my dogs won't be using this for a fire hydrant area when I have 7 green stalks and all of my grow bags. But also it'll probably help keep some of the other animals out, like the skunks, the possums, and the fox, and all the other things that come in my yard at night. So really excited about that. All right, guys, thanks for letting me share all this excitement today and for hanging out with me during my animal food haul and just letting me share this joyous time as I look to expand the patio and this area and really just make it beautiful for the spring and summer. I hope you guys are having a real good day today. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video real soon. Until then, y'all have a great couple of days. Bye-bye.